All right, it is at Colonial and it's on tomorrow night and I'm calling it, so I better find out where it is. Melbourne, Powell comes in and Armstrong goes out. So Powell had 1 week out. Melbourne played very well, 7-5, back in 7th position. Defeated Adelaide by 25 points at Optus Oval, their new home ground. So it was good to see them playing so well. It was a smallish crowd. Having said that, it was 12,000. It was up 33% on the last attendance for the Melbourne side at Optus Oval. But the good news is Melbourne played great football and the Melbourne supporters who did turn up really had a go and got behind their side, so that was something for them. All right, who's going to win? Essendon and Melbourne. Last time they met, the Bombers won by a goal. That was round 8 last year at the MCG.
7-5. Both teams, look, not a bad position. I think Melbourne turned their season around a little bit last week with a great win, but well, we're going to win. I think Jeff White in great form for Melbourne, and we need to keep him under control. David Hill and Steve Alessio should be able to do that.
And Neate seems to be the big man for the Demons. He's kicked 22 goals, 7 in their wins, and 4 goals, 5 in their losses.
Yeah, this one, both teams going along real well. Could almost be the game of the round, I reckon. And I think I watched Melbourne play last week. They were very impressive, and I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I think, that was well done. That's good. I'm going to lean towards Melbourne because I think Essendon played a few of their guys in the reserves last week or against Box Hill, and they did really well. But I think Melbourne are on a roll. Did they win last game?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they're on a roll.
They're on a winning streak of 1 at the moment.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
And Hurdy, last time they met, Jason Johnson, who obviously got
form.
shares in, he got the 3 votes. Sam, your thoughts?
Yes, no, it staggers me how little you boys know about football and on what you base any of that. Essendon will beat Melbourne easily.
Crawford, you tip Melbourne. Is that because you've got an inbuilt hatred for your fellow Brownlow medalist and captain in James Hird?
Yes.
It is, isn't it? And I'm glad you've answered honestly because Hawks had a golf day. Have a look at this. Walking down the fairway, that's Crawford on the right-hand side. What's that all about?
That wasn't me, was it?
That's terrible, Crawford.
No, well, can I explain myself? That was a long time ago. That was like 2 days ago. We've gotten over things since then. But no, look, I love you, James. So just, yeah, bad luck.
Now, Hurdy, about your comeback. You're going to play next week?
Yes, next weekend.
You've got the helmet?
This is what I'm going to wear. Have a look at that,
Put on the dog. Did you put it on?
Sam. You put it on the dog. That's the helmet.
Put it on Hurdy first. Give us a look at it.
Oh, you want to look?
Yeah, I want to look at that.
Hang on, Trev.
It's pretty bloody stupid. But
He's
anyway.
wearing a stubby holder.
Here you go, Trev. This is it. So it goes on like that. And,
You're going to put a target on it?
there aren't many things that look more stupid than that.
it looks
No, that's what they'll be wearing this year, mate.
It'll protect me from breaking my skull again. This cross here stops the impact, and away we go. And also in that game, Ed, on the Tony Lockett thing, these boots are going to be the boots are going to wear in the game, and they're going to be auctioned on the Footy Show next Thursday night, and the proceeds are going to go to the Royal Children's Hospital, and to get some money into the Royal Children's Hospital.
Good on you, What's it? It's got, I can see from it says, what, Herd 5, what else does it say on the top?
Air Zoom Total 90 Nike boots. Best boots you can buy, Ed.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
Well, if it...
One of a kind.
Yeah, I was going to say, let us know when you buy a pair.
King of Contra himself.
Oh, he's having a go. All right. Speaking of flogging things, we've got to flog something here, if I can find the right sheet. It's Dermot's Team of the Century jumper. And here it is. And that's all I can tell you about at the moment. There it is, Derm's Team of the Century jumper. The auction, go to www.footyshow.9msn.com.au, then click on the eBay button, and all proceeds go to the Asthma Foundation. And that's going to be on for the next 7 days. So there you go, that's Dermot's Team of the Century jumper, and it's great of Dermot to donate it to the Asthma Foundation. And here you go, Derm's Team of the Century jumper. Go to www.footyshow.9msn.com.au, then click on the eBay button and you'll get Derm's jumper in 7 days' time if you've got the biggest bid in. And I suppose because it's going to the Asthma Foundation, there'll be a tax deduction in there, but we'll get tax ruling on that one before we go any further. Hurdy, and then yours will be doing the same next week, I presume.
I think so, yes.
Good on you, Hurdy. There you go.
And
all
I
right,
didn't
boys.
get in there, so I won't be putting one up.
What's that?
I didn't get in there, so I won't be putting one up.
Not in the Team of the Century?
No, so sorry about that, charity. Can't.
All right, on that note, we'll take a break and we'll get through the rest of the show in 1 hour,
Jeez.
right after this.
Righto, boys. Embrace the morning sun. And let's get a nice, natural energy flow going. The crane spreads its wings. The dragon lashes out. Feel his energy. The original energy source.
Sports Update, brought to you by CGU Insurance.
Good evening, I'm Tony Jones. With Wimbledon still in a spin following the shock departures of Sampras, Agassi and Safin, Leighton Hewitt will return to the court tonight. Tickets to this year's AFL Grand Final have increased sharply. The best seats in the house will cost $135, a standard seat $120. In rugby league, Gordon Tallis remains angry in the wake of last night's crowd behaviour, some fans holding a banner insulting his mother. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
When your Aussie dream comes
things
true,
don't go as directed.
Misfortune can sneak
Expect the unexpected.
See what CGU can
We'll
do.
see from your perspective.
We have the perfect plan for
Your
you.
future is protected.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, we put the U in CGU.
Officeworks tax time savings. This Canon printer only $107. This software package only $545. This fax saves $60. Hurry, tax time savings end June 30.
Taking care of business.
And frankly, your initiatives are becoming a problem.
Telstra Call Waiting lets important calls through even when your phone's busy.
Excuse me, Mr. Boswell, I've got another call.
Call Waiting. Just press Recall 2. It's free.
At Tyre Power, we do the lot. We've got all the top brands. And with 230 stores around Australia, the choice is easy. Call 13 21 91 and
say hello. See, it's iPower Pro.
Officeworks tax time savings. This HP printer save $50. This software package only $88. This leather chair save $100. Hurry, tax time savings end June 30.
Taking care of business.
It's your last chance to score Hyundai World Cup Limited Editions. World Cup Edition Santa Fe and 7-seat four-wheel drive Terracar. Score nudge bar, side steps, exclusive badging and more. And V6 7-seat Trage GL with roof racks, alloys, Xbox system and more. That's over $2,500 extra value free on all these models. Plus air conditioning, driver's airbag, CD player and power everything as standard. Hurry, it's your last chance to score. Ends June 30.
7:30 Tuesday, the blockbuster news series that stormed across America and redefined the legend that is Superman.
Your real parents weren't exactly from around here.
What are you trying to tell me, then, from another planet?
The never-ending battle begins here in an electrifying television premiere.
I didn't dive in after Lex's car. It hit me at 60 miles an hour. Does that sound normal to you?
Every hero has a beginning.
So what are you, man or Superman?
Smallville, 7:30 Tuesday on 9.
I want to wear the number 4 jumper.
No, you'll have to wear 46.
Then I want to play full forward.
Barry Hall's playing full forward.
Me Waddy. I want to go home.
Welcome back.
Very much, Ed.
There you go. Now he's going to really want to kill you.
Well, I didn't do the cartoon.
All right, it has been a massive week in Sydney, boys. Just before we go to Paul Roos and then later on to Rodney Eade, your thoughts on it, James? Mid-season
well, it's
sack?
obviously upsetting for the players. I think the players probably were upset by it anyway. I think the fact that there was so much speculation, maybe something had to be done, but I think Rodney Eade's probably, if not the best tactical coach in the league, close to it. Every time we played him, he's just been fantastic.
Sam, for Tony Lockett, I don't think it's going to impinge on his reputation as one of the greatest players ever. However, it certainly turned out to be what you said in round one, and that was going to be fraught with danger.
A ridiculous decision, Ed.
Yeah.
That's our opinion. Of course, people up in the Sydney Swans would think they know better and would have their reasons for doing it. But We're not jumping on the bandwagon. We said that it was a ridiculous decision. No one can stay out of football for 2 years and come back and make an impact on the game, let alone Tony Lockett, who was never an athlete but a very great footballer.
All right, let's go to the new coach of the Sydney Swans, Paul Roos, who's celebrating his 39th birthday today, and he stepped out of the party to join us on the Footy Show tonight. Welcome aboard, Roosy, and happy birthday.
Thanks very much, Eddie. Yeah, rather chilly out here too.
All right, mate. Well, we won't keep you out in the cold too long because, as you said, it's nice and cold there. Roosy, 10 weeks to go. I won't say have you been promised a job because everyone will ask you that, but what do you hope to achieve in the next 10 weeks, and would you like to continue coaching going forward?
Well, obviously the priority is to try and win some football games, but I suppose a couple of weeks ago the club made a decision to go down the youth path a little bit and try and mix winning games with introducing some new players and giving them a bit more game time and all those sorts of things. So, look, there's a lot of issues to deal with over the next 10 weeks, but obviously they're the two main priorities.
Now, Paul, pardon me for being cynical, but bear with me. It seems a coincidence that a recalcitrant Schwass has gone, a formless Tony Lockett has resigned, and an out-of-favour Rodney Eade has been dumped. And you've become the coach within a minute. Tell me there's not a conspiracy going on between the President, Collis, and yourself.
That's an outstanding question. There's not. Is that the answer you want?
There's not a...
There's not a conspiracy yet.
Has Richard Collis has not spoken, we hear, to Rodney Eade for the last 6 weeks. Is that right?
Well, it's pretty hard for me to answer that when I'm not Rodney. I think Rodney's coming on the show, so perhaps you should ask Rodney.
Were you at all suggested or offered the job last year, at all, indirectly or directly?
No, never.
Do you get on well with Rodney Eade?
Yeah, I get on really well with Rodney Eade. Yeah, Rodney's obviously on the show, so you can ask Rodney. I mean,
I know, but I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, our relationship is very, very good.
Can you understand why he was resigned, dumped, not gone on with next year?
Actually, I was very surprised when he resigned on Monday, definitely, yeah. I was very surprised. I spoke to Rocket about it. Actually, I heard it on Johnny Blake. He rang me and said it was on the news in Melbourne, and that was really the first I'd heard about it. So I went into his office and we talked about it, and I think everyone was surprised at the club.
Why did he say he resigned? Why do you think he resigned?
Well, actually, the media have probably had it spot on. I think Rocket's been very open in his discussions with the media in relation to why he resigned. So that's basically what he told me is exactly what's been represented in the media.
Do you think that the Tony Lockett, him coming back to the club at the start of the year, had anything to do with unsettling Rodney's plans?
No, I don't think so at all. Again, you know, probably these questions you probably should be asking Rocket because I can't answer for Rocket, but obviously you can ask him later on. But certainly from our point of view as being the coaching staff, we felt it was a really good idea at the time. We sat down with Plugger and went through all the pros and cons, and we were really aware of the pitfalls, as was Plugger. So I really don't think it had anything to do with, I guess, the position we're in at the moment.
Now just, Paul, apropos to what Eddie asked you, Rodney asked for clarification about next year, and they said no, you wouldn't be the coach. Why haven't you asked if you'll be the coach next year, or have you?
Sorry, run that one by me again.
Why haven't you sought an assurance that you would be the coach next year?
I guess you mentioned before what a seemingly quick decision it's been, but certainly there's been a lot of discussion over the last 2 or 3 days. It certainly hasn't been a quick decision. There's been a lot of discussion between myself and Richard Collis and Cole Seary and Kelvin Templeton, Steve Malaxos, John Longmire, Dennis Carroll, Craig Holden. I mean, the amount of meetings we've had over the last 2 days has been incredible. So I'm very comfortable with the position I'm in at the moment, and some of the discussions we've had, you know, will remain private.
Roosy, just before we go to the teams, are you excited? I mean, look, you've had a sensational playing career. Now you're the coach of the Sydney Swans. I suppose it's the natural evolution for you as a football person. How are you going into it? Have you had much time to actually look at Fremantle?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not the ideal lead into being a coach, but I can't worry about that now, Ed. I guess, yeah, I'm really excited about it, and the guys, the other coaches are excited, and they've got obviously a lot of responsibility that, you know, there's really the 3 of us doing it, and Dennis Carroll and Craig Holden. So, no, we're all excited. It's 10 weeks, and you know, it's obviously going to be a lot of ups and downs within those 10 weeks, but we've just got to look positively. Whatever way I've got the job, you know, it's happened, so I can't look backwards. All I've got to do is look forwards now, and we are pretty positive about it.
Good on you, mate. Well, that's the way most people get a coaching job. Somebody gets the sack. So good luck for the Sydney Swans for the next 10 weeks and hopefully for a long time beyond that. Good on you, Ruzzi. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, mate. Good on you. Thanks, guys.
Good on you, Ruzzi. Paul Roos, the coach of the Sydney Swans. Did you get your sheets mixed up? Are you asking him all the Rodney Eade questions?
No, not at all. But, I mean, he'd be pretty close to knowing what's going on, and he's told us what's going on. Does seem a tremendous coincidence.
We are literally...
we congratulate him. It's he will take the job if it is available, like you said.
All right, we're going to switch the link over as we have a look at the teams, and we'll speak to Rodney Eade in a moment. Let's have a look at the Sydney Swans first. And they are up against Fremantle Dockers, who are in form. Now, the Swans bring in the captain, Paul Kelly. Leo Barry comes in after a ruptured spleen. His last game was in round 3, and Luke Ablett comes in as well. Sorry, that's Ryan Ablett coming into the side there for the Sydney Swans. Going out, Maxfield for the year after knee surgery. Ryan O'Keefe, who's been suspended for striking in the VFL last week against Geelong, and Tony Lockett and Wayne Schwass have both retired. So Ryan Ablett, if he does play, will make his debut. He's the son of Kevin, who played senior footy for Hawthorn, Richmond and Geelong, and of course the nephew of Jeff and Gaddy Ablett, originally from Druin in the Gippsland League. Let's have a look at the Fremantle side. Fremantle's last game was against Collingwood, where they won by 11 points. They have not beaten Sydney at the SCG since 1996. 3 changes, no one out of the side yet. Polak, McPhee and Woods come in. And Dale Kickett has announced his retirement and has indicated, the club has indicated he'll play his farewell match next week against Port Adelaide at Subiaco. He played 180 games, a fantastic player. And Spider, an old teammate of yours.
Yeah, certainly. Great player, Kickety. It's sad to see him go. Apparently he announced it to his teammates today, and he got a little bit emotional there, which is unlike Kickety. It's great of the club to give him one more match so he can make 200 and get life membership to the AFL.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, are we picking a side?
Yes, a tip quick, mate.
Yeah, Fremantle, and I just think it's a bit confusing how they're not together, Rodney Eade and Paul Roos, actually doing an interview rather than switching.
Well, they're in different parts of Sydney.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, if they get along so well, and if it's his 40th or 39th birthday or whatever, why wouldn't he be there invited?
Well, you can ask him in a moment. He's listening to you,
okay.
actually.
G'day, how you going? Yeah.
Spider, quick tip.
I think a team always fires up after their coach resigns, so I think Sydney at home.
I think Sydney. I think they'll miss Stuart Maxfield. He's gives some great drive off the wing. It'll be interesting to see over the next 10 weeks how Roos's philosophy differs from Rodney Eade's.
Beware of the side that changes its coach the next week.
Well, since 1984, it's been 8 wins, 8 losses and 1 draw as far as the team that has lost the coach mid-season. So there you go. It is dead even at since 1984. Okay, let's get on with it now. And Rodney Eade joins us, and great to have you on board tonight, Rodney. We appreciate it. It's been a hard week for you. You've done a lot of media, and we're thankful that you come on and speak to us on the Footy Show. I'll hand you over to Sam because he's got all the big questions.
I know.
Welcome aboard, Rodney.
Just for the sake of this to start with, Rodney, who decided that you weren't the man?
I'm not too sure, Sam. I suppose it was the board or the people at the top, but it was conveyed to me. Well, I found out I was highly unlikely on Friday, and then I spoke to Colin Seary, who said there was a recommendation going to the board, and so I had a thought about that over the weekend, what that entailed, and then had a meeting with Cole Seary, Kelvin Templeton, and Richard Collis Monday afternoon.
And how did that go? How is the relationship between you and the President, Richard Collis?
Yes, I heard you before ask Roosy about that one. No, that's not too bad. I think that's a bit of an urban myth, Sam, that Richard and I had a very strong working relationship.
Have you breached your contract by resigning?
No, I haven't, Sam, because they've agreed to take that resignation, and so everything's okay.
I see. So you said you'd rather not go on, and they said probably we'd rather you not go on as well, so we'll come to an arrangement.
Yeah, something like that, yep.
Do you think you've been knifed or a sting put on you?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think obviously there's been a lot of speculation and innuendo on obviously the results haven't been there this year, and know that 7 years is a reasonable time. And obviously they thought to change direction, so obviously you've got to get on with life.
Was the embryo of all this the fact that you thought your authority had been usurped by the arrival of Tony Lockett at the start of the year, unbeknownst to you?
No, not at all, Sam. That's not true either. There was no pressure put on us as a match committee or as a coaching group to take Tony. And knowing Tony, like, I don't know if you know Tony that well, I don't think Tony's going to do anything for a marketing group or for anyone in particular unless he really wants to do it. And I think people viewed me as being reluctant only because I was, I suppose, talking about the pitfalls of Tony's comeback. And there was no reluctance from my point of view, as long as there was a few conditions that had to be met, and Tony met those, so I thought it would have been worth a chance and worth a risk. Unfortunately, got injured round one, which I suppose put paid to it all.
How did you think the relationship between he and Barry Hall, who you recruited to take his position, how did you think that was going to work? Because it didn't work too well in the few games that they were together, did it?
No, as the season proper, they only played 3 games together. The first one we thought it worked okay. Tony only got the 1 goal. Barry had kicked 4 goals for, and I think it freed up Barry against Justin Leppich. Leppich tried to cover Tony a fair bit to make it 2-on-1 and then release Barry, and it worked okay. I suppose the 2 games that Tony came back after his injury, Barry probably struggled, which I don't think it was all Tony's fault, to be honest.
And Rodney, just one on the go. Last year, about this time last year, there was talk of a fallout between you and Richard Collis, and then you started coaching magnificently, got the Swans to the final. Did you think that the rug was being pulled at that stage and that maybe this would be always your last year?
No, not because of that, Eddie. That obviously there were some things said in the press we probably both regret, but I mean, over 7 years you're going to have some disagreements with people, and I've probably had disagreements with Kelvin Templeton and other people, and certainly players and match committee members, but as I said before, it was a pretty strong working relationship.
Well, mate, thanks very much again, as I said at the intro there, for going through it one more time with us and answering some pretty candid questions from Sam. Mate, it won't be long again before we're talking to you as a coach of an AFL side. Enjoy the rest of the season, and thanks very much for coming on the Footy Show. We really appreciate it. Rodney Eade.
Thanks,
Rodney,
Rod.
join, Rod.
Thanks very much.
All right. There you go. Well done, Sam, because there's some pretty direct questions being asked there. Just, have you got a theory on it there? I mean, obviously, from the tone of your thoughts.
I've got a theory on it, Ed, but it would probably hold no weight at all. It's probably completely wrong, but I believe the arrival of Tony Lockett really threw Rodney Eade into confusion as to how he'd set his forward line up, and it never worked, and I reckon he was reticent about it from the start, and he had to live with it. Now, that's probably completely wrong, but that's my theory.
Now, also, Tony Lockett has retired from football. Yes. Now, this, it hasn't been his greatest year, but let's not forget how...
Tony Lockett was a marvellous footballer, and no one will ever forget that, but this was a ridiculous thing to do from all aspects, and it never was going to work, and we haven't just said that, we said that from the start.
So for the good times, everybody, please put your hands together as we remember Tony Lockett's great career. Fantastic player. Has been one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. And now, quickly, it's time for Sam's mailbag.
Right. Now, Ed, we did have plenty of letters and emails from Sunshine residents last week about
Street Talk,
us wandering out there. I think encapsulated mainly by Catherine Frost, who writes, "What an endearing and charming man you are. How honoured we, the citizens of Sunshine, were to have you visit our fair city last week." Do you think there's a tinge of sarcasm in that, Ed?
I think the tongue is in cheek, yeah.
"Have you no tact, sir? Your special guest, Luke Darcy, has close relatives from Sunshine. I'm sure he would think twice before reappearing on the Footy Show. On the contrary, Catherine, I'm sure he'll think twice about visiting his relatives." Sunshine was fantastic, like all the places we go. Ed, Frankston, we've been to a fantastic other city. Have I said fantastic enough?
Yeah.
Great city also.
Coming
we
up.
love every...
Where'd you go this week?
We went to Berwick.
All right.
We
Berwick,
love
straight
every
to-
place we go to, and that's a fact.
Yep.
My fiancée, dear Eddie, this is written to you. From Sylvie. My fiancé Chris is a fanatical Collingwood supporter, and I would like to give him the best wedding present I possibly can. That would be to have you MC our wedding. It would be an unbelievable surprise for Chris to see you there. I tell you what, Sylvie, just on the off chance he's not available, I'd make some contingency plans, Dale. If Uncle Chad is available, I'd snare him quickly. I want to see you and Carla driving down the Geelong Road to North Geelong to marry these two bozos.
What date is it?
Well, we don't know. I think, when is it? January the 4th. You'd be available, wouldn't you?
I think I've got other duties around that weekend. There's somebody I know a bit better.
This
getting
was
married around that time.
Really?
Not you.
I've never known the other 3 times. Why would I know this time? This was in the Latrobe Valley Express, Ed. It's been sent to us. This was, someone thought this might have been an ad that I put in. 47-year-old male looking for a permanent relationship with an 18 to 21-year-old female. Heaven as a present, your future is secured in a housing commission home, a place of true love. I speak Spanish and English. That's from Morwell. Well, the only Spanish I speak is Buenos noches, señorita. So that's about all I know. So I don't think it's me, Ed. Now, yes.
Trev, you've got something.
Yes, got a quick look-alike from the World Cup. There he is, Brazilian striker Ronaldo and former Hawthorn champion Don Staldo.
And just before we go, we send everybody up a bit on this show. It's all done in good fun. But we have got a bit of genius from the great man Sam Newman. Last week, have a look at this. Sam was driving in the Nations Cup last weekend at Winton. He's in the black Ferrari. There he goes. He competed in 3 races on the day. He had a 3rd in the first race. He had a 2nd in the second race. And as you can see, that magnificent black Ferrari going around the corner there. Have a look at this. The checkered flag in the 3rd race to Sam Newman.
I may as well enjoy it while it lasts, Ed. I'm leading the championship, but as I say, only for a fleeting minute before I get overrun. But this is the Cup, Ed, and it's very exciting. And the Prancing Horse Racing Ferrari going well. We've got the Burswood on the front of it. They're sponsoring it. And, of course, the Footy Show's on the front of it. You mightn't have noticed, but the Footy Show emblem on there. So I'm another You Idiot Racing. We had the dog, and now it's me.
Well, exactly. Well, Burswood very good at panel beating, aren't they?
Oh, very good at panel beating.
Panel
mainly
your
the
head
patrons.
one time. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, they don't do it now because I wouldn't be back there if they did. They're fantastic, the Burswood.
Just quickly, we have got, you talked about maybe looking for an 18-year-old. Maybe somebody more mature might be this lady who's joining us in the audience tonight. She's an Essendon supporter. Her name is Marge, and she is 102. Marge is with us today. Look at that. So, great to see you, Madge. And I see you've got a medallion there. What's the medal for on you?
The Commonwealth was from the 5 states.
And is that to celebrate when you were 100 years old, was it?
Over 100.
Fantastic. And you barracked for the Bombers?
You barracked for the Bombers?
Yes, since 1924.
What made you become it? Yeah. Stop clapping. We're not going to get to Wimbledon in time. Madge, what made you barrack for Essendon?
I lived at Essendon.
And do you like James Hird?
Big pardon?
Do you like James Hird?
Well, I like them all.
Oh, fair enough. Good on you, Madge. Madge, congratulations, 102. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this on the Footy Show.
Two systems. Two different worlds. A secret keeps them apart.
You gonna tell Tess?
No.
I told you, you belong in the city.
Hey, chance for a cup of coffee?
Are you married? Are you?
McLeod's Daughters returns 7:30 Wednesday on 9.
The new Hyundai Elantra range. In liftback, sedan, and Euro hatch. Hyundai Elantra. Everything you need to make you happy.
AXA presents 9 News Finance Report. AXA, investments, insurance and superannuation.
BHP Billiton shareholders have voted overwhelmingly in favour of spinning off BHP Steel. By a margin of $2.5 billion to $37 million, shareholders decided to end BHP's 87-year history as a steel company. BHP shareholders will receive 1 BHP Steel share for every 5 BHP Billiton shares they hold. BHP Billiton closed 37 cents higher, while the market recovered 31 points.
After a few years in the workforce, you can have several super funds all floating around, all racking up fees, all wandering off in their own direction. All you need is one fund you can put all your super into. And an easy way to do that is with AXA Super Direction's Personal Super. Just call 1800 780 035.
Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Righto, boys. Embrace the morning sun. And let's get a nice, natural energy flow going. The crane spreads its wings. The dragon lashes out. Feel his energy. The original energy source.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Just a quick correction. In the last break we were talking about Sydney. I said that Ryan Ablett was playing for Sydney. It's in fact Luke Ablett. So it just shows you there's a little bit of disarray up in Sydney because the official Sydney sheet has Ryan Ablett. They've sent it in to us as Ryan Ablett. So I hope they've got the right Ablett playing for them this weekend. Let's move on to the next game. It is Port Adelaide and the Western Bulldogs. Now this, Spider, could well be the match of the round as well. This is going to be a beauty. Port Adelaide versus the Bulldogs. No changes to the Port Adelaide side that has gone to the top of the ladder with a thumping 84-point victory over Richmond at Football Park last week. Treadray and Jude kicked 4 goals apiece. To the Bulldogs, no change to the Western Bulldogs side either. They've jumped to 8th on the ladder, 6 wins and 6 losses. They've won the last 5 games in a row. They haven't won 6 games in a row since 1987, but they're going beautifully with Luke Darcy kicking 5 goals. He's doing everything. 5 wins in a row for both these sides. It's going to be a beauty at Football Park on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, look, both in great form. Luke Darcy v Matthew Primus, but it's very hard to go past Port. I think Port will just get over the line.
Yeah, everyone's talking Darcy Primus. I also believe that Treadray and Bandy will play big parts for their respective sides this week. I'm going to go with the home side, Port.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Port as well. What's that? Oh, he doesn't like Bulldogs, so he's going with Port Adelaide.
Shane, leave it, son. The dog actually looks as though it's got more intelligence than you.
probably has.
Ed, I don't think we can win over there. I think the home ground's going to save... I don't think we can win the Dogs over there.
You've jumped
Football
on,
Park, I'm a member, Ed. Remember we saved them single-handedly?
You're a city member or a rural member?
No, I'm out in the sticks, Ed. Yeah, right out in the country.
Okay. All right, just by the way, on more than a serious note, on a tragic note for the Western Bulldogs, Ingrid McDonald, who was the secretary to Terry Wallace and Paul Armstrong, the head of the football department there. Ingrid McDonald was just 42 years of age, was diagnosed just recently with breast cancer and died after a very short-term illness. The Western Bulldogs players wore armbands yesterday and will in the game. So our thoughts to Ingrid McDonald and to her husband and to her children who have been left behind, and everybody at the Bulldogs. She started at the Western Bulldogs, or Footscray as they were, as a 17-year-old and has worked there for 25 years. So our thoughts are with Ingrid McDonald and all the people at the Western Bulldogs.
Luke and Stephanie.
Yeah, Jeff, her husband, and Luke and Stephanie. So our thoughts with everybody there on the passing of a great football person. You don't hear about the backroom people too often, but Ingrid McDonald was certainly a great of the Western Bulldogs club. So our thoughts with Ingrid and the Western Bulldogs. All right, let's move on to the next game. It is Collingwood versus the Kangaroos. Big Scotty comes in and Mark Richardson has been dropped from the side. There'll be fitness tests tomorrow for Chris Tarrant at full forward, but he has been picked and is expected to play. So to Anthony Rocker, and Tom Davidson is on the emergency list, and if it doesn't come up, well, he might be a chance to get a game. Tommy Davidson making debut for Collingwood if in fact those players don't get up, but the feeling is that both of them will be right to play. Let's have a look at the Kangaroos. They were fantastic in losing by 15 points at the Gabba last week. Sav Rocker kicked 6 goals straight and had a baby boy, I believe, during the week, Spider.
A week before, yes, Matthew Caden. Right on, Big Sav.
He'll be father-son.
True.
He will.
For 2 teams.
For 1 team. He's got to play a bit more for your mob, but he's playing great footy at the moment. Drew Petrie's in with Brady Rawlings, Dylan Smith and John Baird. Out goes John Blakey. Now, he's had an operation during the week, he had a blood clot.
Yeah, that's correct. They cut his vein so that it wouldn't, the blood clot wouldn't move any further. I dare suggest it may have been a little bit dangerous considering we were flying up to Brisbane last week. So
it wasn't deep vein thrombosis, was it?
Well, I don't think so, no. I think it was more blood clot, so...
OK. Mark Porter, Stuart Cochrane and Shane Clayton have been omitted. What's been happening down at the Kangaroos?
Well, plenty, really.
I mean, just this week.
Just this week. Johnny Blakey out. It's great to see those 3 young players in Rawlings, Petrie and Smith. They've been in great form in the twos. I think they've almost been the best 3 players for around about 10, 11, 12 weeks, and it's great that their perseverance has been rewarded. And it's good to see some young players coming through. There's some others in the twos as well. They're playing great footy at the moment.
All right, Crawford, quick tip.
I think Collingwood, the weekend in the sun, did them a world of good, so they'll come back nice and fresh.
OK.
Yeah,
Ready?
Collingwood for me as well.
Sam,
it's a really tough game, Ed.
It
Both
is a big one.
Back from on-the-road trips, Collingwood and the Kangaroos. I tell you what, I'd nearly go for the Kangaroos, but I wouldn't dare. No, we're going for the Pies, Ed.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Well, Duracell, of course, we want people to have long life memberships. Have a look at this, the Duracell Bunny. Hang on, we're in a Vietnamese restaurant, rabbit stew, and yep, there he is, Billy the Bunny. Off to the kitchen there, the Duracell Bunny working beautifully. Every week on Channel 9, Duracell giving 2 lucky winners a chance to win a 10-year membership to their favourite AFL club. To go in the draw and win the tickets, all you have to do is dial that number there, 1902 554 622. Leave your details, and it's open till midnight on Monday. This week's winner is Bob Gilbert from South Australia, and he wins 2 10-year memberships to the Port Adelaide Football Club. So well done to Bob Gilbert of South Australia and the Port Adelaide Football Club. Thanks to our great friends at Duracell. There's some more of our friends at Duracell in the orange jumpers up there. That's why we cut away just as you wave. Let's see if we can synchronise it. Go. No? Thanks, Gary. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be... Sorry, Trev?
I was going to say, if you want to buy your Duracell batteries, just remember Billy's not included.
Exactly. After the break, Street Talk in Berwick. That's next.
These are the big movies still to come on 9.
You want to see some action?
George Clooney and an all-star cast in 3 Kings.
That was fun.
Will Smith, Kevin Kline, Wild Wild West.
You think you're seeing everything? You haven't.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gabriel Byrne, End of Days. Everything you heard is true.
Are you not scared enough?
The Blair Witch Project, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton.
Stay with the pain, don't shut this out.
Fight Club. Some of the big movies still to come in 2002 on 9.
It's your last chance to score Hyundai World Cup limited editions. World Cup edition Santa Fe and 7-seat 4-wheel drive Terracar. Score nudge bar, side steps, exclusive badging and more. And V6 7-seat Trage GL with roof racks, alloys, Xbox system and more. That's over $2,500 extra value free on all these models. Plus air conditioning, driver's airbag, CD player and power everything as standard. Hurry, it's your last chance to score. Ends June 30.
Wherever I go, whatever I do, I know in my heart I'll never be far apart from you. Though the years roll by, you'll see me through and be with me all my life. Whatever I do.
We're gonna rock, we're gonna shake, it's 40 weeks, stock take!
Save 20, 30, 40, up to 50% on bedroom suites and top brand bedding. Interest-free and lay by 2. Hurry, 40-week stock take sale is on now.
What is cross-stitch magic? It's bright ideas for things to make with easy-to-follow instructions. It's a complete sewing kit, it's an iron-on transfer, and it's at least 8 exciting pattern charts every week. That's what cross-stitch magic is.
Coles Super Specials have red-hot savings. Like Arnott's chocolate biscuits, selected varieties, only $1.89 each, save 64 cents. And Chisels, 125 grams, just 99 cents each, save 80 cents.
Whoever you are, with a ticket in the $20 million Tats Lotto Super Draw, life could be a dream. On Saturday, June 29.
Only Nicorette offers a 16-hour patch, so you can beat cigarettes all day without nicotine disturbing your sleep at night. Beat cigarettes one at a time. You're twice as likely to succeed with Nicorette's 16-hour patch.
Hey, darling.
You guys coming for a sandwich? No, we're going to try something different.
The new Sweet Chili Pocket from KFC.
No way.
Original chicken breast fillet, crisp lettuce, diced tomatoes, and a sweet chili mayonnaise all wrapped in a fresh tortilla pocket. Try KFC's new Sweet Chili Pocket and you'll get kidnapped by the taste.
This is different.
The Footy Show's happy season proudly brought to you by Hyundai and Mars.
Hello, I'm Edwin Flack. I'm at Berwick. No, it's me. Edwin Flack, our first gold medalist at the Olympics. Go and get stuffed! True to his word, Danny Frawley is. A fortnight ago, after the Kangaroos beat him, he said, we might not make the 8, but we'll certainly help shape it. And after the Power thumped him by 84 points, shape the 8 he did. He put him on top. He says his players are on notice, and the notice reads, you are really ordinary. Excuse me. Howard, I'm sorry to cut that short. I just wanted to ask you this question. Now, the Tigers are without Greg Stafford and the other ruckman. Are you doing anything on the weekend?
Am I doing anything?
Could you line up against the Cats? Good
No,
mate.
no, I'm not. I'm a wanted man. Sorry, mate. Wanted by police.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I bet it's not by a woman. How tall are you?
6'2".
I'm 6'2".
Well,
Isn't
I've
it?
got heels on though. You haven't.
God, I've got nothing. You've made me feel inferior.
I'm sorry, Sammy. I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right,
Not
doll.
many people would do that to you, would they?
Oh, I tell you what's happening more and more often.
Am I on TV or something?
Have they got television? Have you seen television before? Seen how it works?
Yeah, but I've never been on it.
debutante?
Yeah, I'm a debutante. This Saturday.
Just tell us what you are again.
I don't know how to say it.
Say it again because it's good. I reckon you did it right. What are you?
Debutante.
Beautifully done. Now, you say you're still at school, are you?
Yes, year 11.
And what are you coming out as? When are you coming out?
A virgin. Coming out as a virgin.
What do you think?
I really followed the footy, but because of your show, I've gotten into the footy. Yep.
What do you think the next thing is I'm going to ask you? If I was just looking at you.
No idea.
What do you reckon?
What? About the way I'm dressed? About the...
No. Go on. About what?
The piercings on my face?
I beg your pardon, madam?
Piercings on my face?
Didn't know what you frightened the life out of me then. I thought, hello, there's a new kind of a sort of foreplay out here. And ever go to the football?
Yeah, I'm just getting into football now.
Which side are you embracing?
Collingwood.
Yeah. What attracted you? This is an interesting question. What attracted you to Collingwood, sir?
Duffel coats. When I came to Australia, they're all wearing duffel coats.
You're not going to ask me to flash my tits in the winter, are you?
In the window?
In the winter.
Oh, in the winter. I wasn't going to, but now that you've brought the idea up.
You're gorgeous, you know that.
Yeah.
Brazilian if you like one. She does Brazilian if you like one.
Men can't have Brazilians, can they?
Yeah, they can.
Can they? I thought the
Back,
Brazilian...
crack and sack.
What's that, though?
Back, crack and sack.
Back, crack and sack. Would you sack anyone from the actual playing contingent?
No, honestly, no.
You've had a drink today, haven't you?
Oh, I've had a couple.
Yeah. What's early, though? When did you start?
Just before lunch.
No, I haven't been through puberty yet.
Oh, well, there's something to look forward to. You've just got the natural cricket pitch.
Yes.
What's going on, isn't it?
Yes.
Who gives a stuff about how the Tigers are going?
I don't.
Anyhow, you got something in common with most of the players at Richmond.
What's that?
You like a drink.
Incidentally, I didn't ask that girl if she got a cricket pitch. She said she had the cricket pitch.
Oh, okay.
They were discussing.
So you and Jason
styles.
Ecomenis have both been stitched up on the media this week.
No, well, they took that out of context. But I didn't just ask her that. She said she didn't have any. She had nothing down there.
You're blaming your own show for taking out of context on your own segment.
Incidentally, Team of the Century. Could you believe who's having a Team of the Century? Now, this is fair dinkum. The AFL Umpires Association will name its Team of the Century on Monday, the 19th of August at the Palladium Crown. And have a listen to this. The AFL-UA Umpires Association wishes to advise that there is both sponsorship and media partner opportunities available for this unique once-in-a-century football event. You can go along and watch the Umpires Team of the Century.
Umpires Team of the Century.
Isn't it unreal?
How many in the team? One? No, look, I got to say, though, it's not that easy to become an umpire. I had a mate of mine that sat the exam, failed miserably.
Yeah, what happened?
He does all the Adelaide games now.
All right, let's move on to the next game, and it is in fact Richmond and Geelong. Well, boys, we're going to whip through the tips here, but just quickly, Hudson, Fiora, Ottens and Vardy in, so some big names coming in. Good to see Paul Hudson getting a go. Out goes Stafford suspended. Gasper's injured, and also out of the side is, who else was there? Darren Gasper, Matthew Knights and Adam Houlihan. Now, the Matthew Knights situation, Matthew Knights has been dropped for the first time since his debut season in 1988 after he broke into the seniors. Now, he would have become only the third player ever to have played 2 batches of 100 consecutive games. The other 2 are Kevin Murray and Kevin Bartlett. Do you reckon it's a bit tough given the fact that the season's pretty much over? It could well be his last season to, I know you've got to make a statement and everything, but to deny a bloke getting into the record books?
Yeah, it is a bit tough, but Danny Frawley obviously has his reasons. But look, I think would have been a great milestone, and well, those reasons would have to be very sound ones to go along those lines.
All right, let's have a look at the Cats and the changes there. Sanderson and Raleigh are in. Out goes Brad Scholl for a week with a back, and Peter Street has been omitted. And the Cats defeated Sydney by 2 points at the SCG in that great come-from-behind performance. And, of course, the Tigers' last outing was an 84-point thumping against Port Adelaide. Spider, your tips, and do you think it's a bit tough on Matty Knights?
I do, actually. I think it's very tough. Only 2 weeks ago, he had 19 possessions versus us in a half. And that was only a fortnight ago, so I think it's real tough. But I think I'll go for Geelong this week.
Yeah, I'll go for Geelong as well.
Yeah, Cats for me, Ed. Bomber Thompson doing very well down there.
He is indeed, and Joel Bowden will play his 100th consecutive game. He is selected and will keep playing right under James Kelly, the AFL Rising Star nominee for Geelong. Sam?
This is a game Geelong should win easily, so we'll go for Richmond.
Well, there is a Tiger champion. The Tigers have dropped their heads a little bit. They've had all sorts of injuries. We have got a Tiger champion with us on the table tonight. Great to see the bloke who used to wear the number 8. He started on the wing, one of the great centre lines of all time, Burke, Barrett and Clay, and then went to full back. Dick Clay's with us tonight. Go, Dick. Good to see you. 4 premierships for the Tigers. And Dick, what do they need to get firing up?
What do they need, Dickie? Come on.
Well, they've got to have a good sit down and have a think about whether these players are going to be good enough to win them a flag, and then possibly they'll make a decision on that. I think they've got to, the time has come that they've got to make some hard decisions, I think.
You happy with the coach?
Yes.
And what about Matthew Knights? Would you have done that to him?
Well, it's a hard decision, but he's been a great player for the club, and yet there's been better players that have been dropped out of the side in the past.
Good on you, mate. And you up at Kyabram these days?
Yeah, actually, I've got a group of guys, they're actually called the Mongrels, and they're down with us tonight. The reason being that the AFL past players, Eddie, formed a group called the X-Men a while back, and their intention was to aid grassroots footy. And Kyabram were going through a lean time getting players at the start of the year, and we were able to arrange a sports night a few weeks ago, and at that night they auctioned quite a bit of memorabilia, and one of the things auctioned, of course, was the table here tonight, and these fine gentlemen were the recipients, so they're here tonight now.
Good on you, Dick, and thanks for being part of the show tonight. And as we go to the break, let's have a quick look at Dick Clay in action in the 1969 Grand Final won by the Tigers.
Using their pace to advantage, Richmond has the Blues defence under pressure. The slow-motion camera catches the dramatic leap by the big men. Gathering off the pack, Clay turns to kick downfield. And today's victory is his second premiership in only 4 seasons with the club. The Tigers are fine in 69.
Is Detective Guido Martin.
See the morning papers? Gunfight at the OK Corral is one headline.
Yeah, I didn't kill anyone. I only shot a cat.
You were drunk as a skunk.
Young Lions premieres July 17 on 9.
Telstra Mobile's holding a winter sale. Connect before June 30 and you can pick up a brand new mobile phone for $0, like the Nokia 3310 on a $25 mobile plan. For details, visit your Telstra shop or Telstra Mobile Net dealer. Hurry, this offer ends Sunday. Whoever you are, with a ticket in the $20 million Tats Lotto Super Draw, life could be a dream. On Saturday, June 29.
We've slashed the price on Panasonic 25-litre microwave ovens. And we've slashed the price on Panasonic DVD players with bonus 4 titles and 5 rentals. Hundreds more bargains at the Good Guys Big Clearance Sale, where you pay less, pay cash.
The end of the financial year is fast approaching, so it's time to make a date with your Mazda dealer. For Mazda 626 Eclipse Auto from $39.90 drive away. 323 Estina and Protege running out from just $19,990, and Tribute V6 Autos from just $34,990, including free rego. So before time flies, see your Mazda dealer for these end of financial year deals.
Switch your home, contents or motor vehicle insurance over to GIO. Pay your premium before the 28th of June and you could win $10,000. Talk to GIO on 131010.
Only he can lead his old enemies.
They're no longer top of the food chain.
Our forces are ready to fight.
You've been taking orders from me to fight a new breed of terror. Daywalker. Wesley Snipes.
You do not know who you are messing with!
Blade 2.
Watch Changing Rooms this week and you could win one of 2 Fisher & Paykel appliance packages. It's too easy. Don't miss Changing Rooms for your chance to win thanks to Fisher & Paykel.
Winter warms up at Crown with inviting cafes and bars. and luxurious escapes. With a world of entertainment and the biggest sports screen in the Southern Hemisphere. To catch all the action, the place to be in Melbourne is Crown.
Telstra Mobile's holding a winter sale. Connect before June 30 and you can pick up a brand new mobile phone for $0, like the Siemens C45 on a $25 mobile plan. For details, visit your Telstra shop or Telstra MobileNet dealer. Hurry, this offer ends Sunday.
Monday, a Millionaire 90-minute special.
Here's the moment you've all been waiting for.
There's more time for more contestants to hit the $1 million mark. With quiz captain Carrie Young, a major contender for the hot seat. A special Millionaire, Monday, 8:30 on 9.
Football Legends!
Okay, let's kick it off with a football highlight here. Old Essendon v Haileybury, and a big grab. So the old Essendon player there, climbing above the pack. Now we go to the World Cup highlights. I think a few of you have been watching the World Cup. Look at this for Northcote Park v West Preston. Good team goal here with a couple of soccer kicks at the end. Soccer kick, crosses it in, and on it goes. Rivaldo! And now I think the kids have been watching the World Cup as well. Look at this for a fake. We see a young player here, grab the ball, cops one to the chest. Oh, and down he goes as if shot. Free kick not played, up he gets. There he goes. Take another look. Oh. Went down like a soccer player. Winners this week, A. McPherson of Tullamarine, T. Thompson of Northcote, and D. Cook of Largs Bay in South Australia, and I think D. Cook of Largs Bay in South Australia. Takes on this fabulous prize.
On Almost Football Legends, all three children will receive $500 cash from our friends at Wizard. Our weekly winner will enjoy a Hoyt's Gold Pass for 2, which enables you and a friend to see a movie every day of the year, valued at $4,000. The major prize is the magnificent Hyundai Santa Fe, featuring constant all-wheel drive, powerful V6 engine, alloy wheels, air conditioning, and a 6-speaker CD. Valued at $35,000. Fly with the big men on Almost Football Legends.
And that's where you send them, Almost Football Legends, PO Box 800 Richmond, Victoria 3121. Ed, and the Northcote Park game, the soccer goal, that was Damien Uze, brother of Adam.
Yeah, and that was a couple of years ago. And in fact, last week, Damien Uze, playing for the Kyabram District League, he was playing for Ardmona, kicked 25 goals, 6 himself. He's kicked 75 for the season, so he's going all right. Uze's brother up there, so there you go. All right, quickly into the games. We're closing down to Wimbledon, and it's a Gildan Hawthorn as the next one. Let's have a look at it. Big names back for the Saints. Caden Beethan, James Begley, Chad Davis, Peter Everett and Fraser Gehrig are all in. Brett Moyles hurt his quad, he's out for a week. Chris Oliver has been dropped from the team that last week lost by 47 points on Friday night football at Colonial Stadium. Stuart Lowe, fantastic effort. We'll give Stuart due praise in the next few weeks, but announce his retirement. Put your hands together for Stuart Lowe, everybody. To the Hawks. And Crawford. Some big names in. Harford, Wren, Thompson. Georgiades is a new player, 23-year-old, so he's a mature age recruit from Vermont. Nathan Loney and Tony Woods is back. Lotes played one game, did well and injured himself at training, we believe. 2 weeks with a leg. Holland with a thigh for a week. Barker with his back is out for a week. So you get some good ones and then some good ones go.
Yeah, we've had 2 weeks off, so it would have been nice to get everyone back, but that's not the case. But we're fresh and ready to go, so hopefully have a win.
Have the whip through it, boys. One word tip.
Okay, Hawthorn very good last week.
Yeah, Hawthorn for me.
Sam?
Hawthorn.
And this is for the Blue Ribbon Cup, commissioned for the police officers, Sergeant Gary Silk and Senior Constable Rodney Miller, who died after being shot at Moorabbin on duty. So a wonderful cause there. Hawthorn are the reigning cup holders. Quickly, Trev.
Yes, just quickly, Ed, just want to send a quick cheerio to my niece Jasmine, who's been battling leukemia, and we hope everything's going all right. Jazz, fight on through, baby.
Yeah, good on you, Jasmine. Let's put our hands together, give Jasmine a well wish as we go to the break. Right after this. Good on you, Jasmine.
The World Cup live from Saturday. The playoff for 3rd and 4th. South Korea versus Turkey. Then on Sunday, the game to end them all. The grand final, Brazil versus Germany. World Cup action live from 9 o'clock Saturday on 9.
Jason was my only son. When he got his apprenticeship, he was over the moon. He had a lot of plans, even at 19. On the day that Jason died, on his way to work, he gave me a hug and said, "Bye, Mum. Love ya." I lost Jason. And now...
Handy Ultra. Very handy.
If you have a car that's a bit unusual, you could find insurance hard to come by. But at Shannon's, we know what they are. Even Goggamobiles.
It's the dart.
And we know what they're worth.
A pretty penny.
Shannon's Insurance shares the passion with car enthusiasts.
Aye, and they give agreed value, choice of repairer, lifetime maximum, no claim bonus protection.
So call Shannon's for a special quote on your special vehicle.
1300-139-006.
Time magazine says Steven Spielberg's Minority Report is the finest of the season's action epics.
He set me up, can't run.
A brilliant movie.
Find the Minority Report.
Ebert and Rober call it a masterpiece. Minority Report.
If you thought you couldn't afford a fully imported, fully equipped luxury car, think again. For just $24,950, Honda Civic is once-in-a-lifetime value.
It's clearance time at Best and Less. And look what you get for $10. Women's knit tops or boys and girls tops and bottoms, all massively reduced to just $10 each. You save up to 40%. It's the best clearance. At Best and Less, you've done well.
Every time I inspect a workplace, I imagine my 16-year-old son has just started there as an apprentice. Then I ask myself, is this workplace safe for my son? Because if it isn't safe for my son, well then it isn't safe for anybody else's son either. Or daughter, or husband, or wife.
Channel 9's Friday Night Football. Neck to neck. Hot contenders, the Bombers and the Demons, in the blockbuster that could make or break their premiership dreams. Essendon versus Melbourne at 8:30.
To the Footy Show. Let's get stuck into the last game of the round. And I tell you, this is a ripping round. West Coast and Adelaide. There's some fantastic games of football. By the way, before we're going to go to West Coast first, obviously, because it's over there at Subiaco. Adelaide has this for a tale of woe. Nigel Smarter's not trained this week due to a mild case of pneumonia, if you can have a mild case of pneumonia. Simon Goodwin trained for the first time today. He hurt his ankle, of course, last week. Kane Johnson's had his appendix out 2 weeks ago, and he had aggravated an ankle injury on Monday as well, so he hasn't trained. Mark Rasciuto's had the flu all week, and Mark Stevens trained for the first time today after a calf injury. So they've got some injury worries, the Adelaide Crows. But they are up against the West Coast Eagles. Let's have a look at the Coasters. And West Coast defeated Carlton by 1 point at Optus Oval, as we all know. John Worsfold doing beautifully, 7 wins and 5 losses. Another win at home, and they can start realistically having a good crack at the finals in season 2002. A wonderful result for the second last team last year. Gardner, Green, Brent Tuckey, Chambers and Braun all come in. Travis Gasper's got a foot injury, he's out, and David Haynes has been left out of the side. To the Adelaide Crows, and despite that tale of woe, they have got one new player, Martin Matner, 19 years of age, 187 centimetres, 76 kilos from the Sturt Football Club. Into the 25, Nelson, Shirley, Perry, Marsh and Matner. And as I said, Smarter's out with pneumonia, and Daniel Shell has been omitted. James.
Well, West Coast, for my mind, I think Adelaide haven't had that many injuries for the year, so it's about time they get their fair share like the rest of us, Sam, and West Coast will just get over the line.
Mark Miranda plays his 100th game, and Andrew Embley his 50th.
Okay, Michael Gardner back in when fit and going is one of the best ruckmen going around. And Adelaide have only won once at Subi in 1998, their premiership year. So I'm going to go with West Coast.
With the West Coasters, which will give them 8 wins and 5 losses. A pretty good effort, and they'll be the same for Adelaide.
And yeah, West Coast at home. And you agree with me? Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, West Coast at home. Riveting stuff. This.
You're a stupid boy. Do you like dog, Ed? Have a dog.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Barb's arcing up over there. Good on you, Barb. Stick up for me. Good on you, Barb.
Don't have it go and sit over there, Barb. We'll never know. Now, I reckon that...
Thanks, Barbie.
I don't know
Eddie,
why
you should give her a kiss for her birthday.
I will, don't worry about that.
Yeah, go and kiss the dog. I don't know why...
Chuck it in him, Eddie.
I will do that, Barb.
Hello.
Hit him over the head with it.
Just for you. There you go. Bang.
Cream puff.
I don't know why the Crows bother going over, Ed. They couldn't possibly win over there at the...
There you go. Quick tip, we're going to go to...
we're going to the for the West Coast, Ed.
West Coast Eagles.
What do you think, Barb? I'm only joking.
Don't forget, round 13's football starts tomorrow night on the 9 Network. Essendon versus Melbourne at Colonial.
Oh, I love
and then
you,
Sunday
Eddie.
it's Sydney and Fremantle, St Kilda and Hawthorn.
You're the only dog here.
Yeah, you're right, Barb. Back after this.
As an undercover unit, they've created the surprises. Now the tables are about to be turned.
I don't trust myself.
Firstly, a secret affair will be exposed.
This relationship could jeopardize this whole unit.
A shocking confession will be made.
You all right?
Then, a murder will be committed.
You didn't ask if I did it.
One of them will quit, and in the end, another will lose their life. Major changes ahead for Stingers, returning 9:30 Tuesday on 9.
Red here. Just when you think you're the biggest, reddest star attraction in town, along comes Australia's hottest stock take sale. The very big, the very red stock take sale at Myer. Now on.
If you've experienced depression, you're just another face in the crowd. And it's probably not until somebody close to you takes notice that you might think about getting help. So if you know somebody who you think might be depressed, don't walk away. Take notice, get involved. You just might be opening the door to recovery. Hey.
Donations for research can be made to Beyond Blue, opening our eyes to depression.
It was a time when words were important.
I have admired you more than any girl I've ever met since I met you.
When breeding was important.
Well, I was found. Found? In a handbag.
But nothing was more important
Ernest and I are engaged.
Ernest is engaged to me.
than being earnest.
I'm not in favour of long engagements. They give people the opportunity of finding out each other's character before marriage, which I think is never advisable.
Critics call it a revelation with a great surprise in store. The importance of being earnest.
At Target, we've studied common problems people have in bed, like sheets that produce those annoying balls of fluff, and fitted sheets that, well, don't quite fit, and quilts and pillows that end up flat and lumpy. So before our bedding goes on the shelves, we go over it with a magnifying glass to ensure you get a good night's shut-eye every night at Target.
Promise you'll call me?
I will, I promise. Imagine insurance on a global scale. That's the promise of Allianz, one of the world's biggest insurance companies. Allianz now offer the promise of car, home and business protection right here in Australia.
Daddy!
A promise is a promise. Allianz, the power on your side.
The new Fisher & Paykel Intuitive Washer not only washes clothes cleaner than ever before, it's so incredibly simple to use. You can do the washing with your eyes closed. The new intuitive washer from Fisher & Paykel.
Red here. Just when you think you're the biggest, reddest star attraction in town, along comes Australia's hottest stocktake sale. The very big, the very red stocktake sale at Myer. Now on.
Coming up live from the All England Club, tournament favourite Leighton Hewitt continues his assault into the second round. Wimbledon live next.
Good on you, Barb. Well done, Barbie, and happy birthday again to Barb. Well, that's a present. You can take that home, Barb. All right, we've got 30 seconds left. We're going to flog Doomy's jumper. 2,550 is the biggest bid first for Doomy's Team of the Century jumper. Get onto the eBay on www.footyshow9msn.com.au. We go to the tennis. At the moment, Leighton Hewitt leads Gregory Carraz of France. 6-4, 2-all on serve as we go to Wimbledon. Sam, thanks very much.
I've told you not to fraternise with other bitches. Don't you do it.
On that note, see you next week. Good night.
This has been another presentation from London's Wide World of Sports.
The Footy Show's happy season proudly brought to you by Hyundai and Mars.